opinions expressed in the following program are not necessarily those of Shaw Cable Systems or of this station. Through our access policy, we provide the opportunity for community groups and individuals to express their points of view.
You are watching Lit Happens, Saskatchewan's showcase of the literary talent of the province. We're going to branch out a little bit from the world of writing today and just dive into another aspect of the whole literary scene, and that is illustrating. And with us today is one of the more better known illustrators in the province, Linda Wood. So welcome to the show, Linda.
Thanks, Wes, for having me. Appreciate that.
Oh, I'm very stoked about having you here today. You are making quite a name for yourself in these days in the world of writing and illustrating. Mm-hmm. But and we're going to talk about that. But first, let's hear a little bit about you. Tell us a little bit about the world of Linda Wood.
Oh, well, I'm a bit of a generalist, actually.
Yeah.
So I not only write, I do articles, I review other authors, and I like to review prairie writers more often if I can, and filmmakers. So I also do a bit of editing, and I've gone back to my first roots, which is art itself, pictorial art, so 2D. And just love what I do. I've been able to partner with several really neat people. Our publisher of the book that you see there, Fawn Nielsen, is actually publisher of Hear My Heart books.
Yes.
And so I've partnered with my sister, actually, on several projects.
Nice.
I think what really draws me is social justice issues and restorative justice issues. So things to do with First Nations people. The Aboriginal culture, and to try and take that and impart that to show something of that within the illustration, and to show emotions using feet only with some of the books that I've done lately. Yeah. So.
And well, we should throw out that one of the book covers you illustrated, Alison Wheaty's book, Night Movies, was recently nominated for an award. So I'm sure that the great art on that book had something to do with that. But.
Well, it was really fun being part of that project, and we were so surprised and honored about how far this little book has traveled on its own. There's a lot of people supporting us in the background, and we just feel we were so honored to be at the Book Awards on April the 28th. Yeah. And to be able to go and congratulate the author of the Children's Book Award that actually won that award. It was tremendous to be there.
Oh, completely. I was shortlisted for a Sask Book Award myself.
Oh, congratulations.
Once upon a time, and I have to say, the gala is quite an experience. You really do feel like you are a rock star for one evening, and to walk the red carpet with the other esteemed literary people of the province. It's quite an experience.
And I feel very honored, because even at the Book Awards brunch that was held at the Besbury here in the city, they recognized me not just once but twice, so I had to wave a couple of times. But it was really fun to actually be acknowledged with the art side of what I do as well, because usually you only hear about the author, but without the book cover, a lot of people wouldn't buy the book. So.
Oh, I agree completely. And I was recently at a workshop where I was told that in today's busy society, readers only peruse a book for 1 to 3 seconds, and a cover only has 1 to 3 seconds to draw a reader in. So that's a lot of pressure on a book cover illustrator.
Well, and to take, because I heavily research the topic before either I write something or I draw something. So to go and to get my research, to be able to show some of what I've researched in that book cover, as well as take what the authors said, what they would like into the book cover as well. So it's been a new endeavor for me. Well, I guess I've done several book covers in the past. They've always been black and whites till now. This was my 4th, the one that you see here, and I'm working on a 5th as well. So,
great. So you're busy, you've got things going on like crazy.
Yes.
That's good.
But I can always do more paintings, so.
Let's talk about that. This beautiful piece of artwork you brought in with you today into the studio. Tell us the story behind it.
Well, I love wildlife art, and I've done a lot of wildlife art within my background. My high school teacher for grades 9 to 12 was my inspiration for any art that I do now, and we call him Mr. Grimson, but he says, don't call me Mr. anymore.
Yeah.
But anyway, he was so encouraging to me in my artwork. So this piece is actually interesting for the fact that it was chosen to be on TV.
Nice.
With Carol Blanken in the early days of QC8
Yes.
in those days. And it went on to hang at the Snell Grove Gallery at the Diefenbaker Center.
Fabulous.
So, you know, it sort of has gone so far
It's
kind of thing.
made
Now I'm
the
trying to
miles.
find a place in my new house to hang it. Which wall?
Yeah.
So,
Now that kind of brings me into another question I really wanted to ask you. You are a writer, you are an editor. I know you write eloquent poetry. You are an artist. Is it difficult to find a balance with all this?
yes, because I was also, well, I still am a mom of 2 young people I'm very proud of.
Yes.
One's, he's convocating and going into commercial art, and my daughter is in broadcast journalism. So to have one go one side and one go the other, I'm very proud of them. So I'm a mom as well.
Yes.
And
Probably the first hat you wear.
so trying to find the balance between actually outside paid work and my art in the province has been a real issue, and it continues to be a struggle to try and get a balance between my art side and my logic side, I guess, where you have, the reality is you have to make a living.
Yes.
So, yes.
But it's great to pursue your passion at the same time. Now, we've thrown out a lot of information here, and I'd like people to really get familiar with your work online. How exactly can they do that? Where online can people find you?
Well, you can find me at hearmyheartbooks.ca, and just go on to the website, and if you go to our team or our production team, you can click over and find me there. Or you can go to the Saskatchewan Writers Guild website, and I do have a page there. And I'm happy to come out. I've held workshops for young people before and adults. So I've been able to get out there with my art and with my writing in the past. And I'm happy to go and to visit schools and that type of thing as well.
Great.
So very open to sharing what I love with other people.
Yes, and I think that with especially with the boom, but Saskatchewan is always really in want of having artists and authors and poets into their realm to learn more about the craft and about the artist's life too.
Exactly, and we have such a wide talent pool of writers in our province.
Yes, we do.
Sometimes we get skipped on the prairies, so that's why I took on the reviewing job. And so what I've done with that is try and review, especially Saskatchewan writers, more. So I've been able to actually review several of my peers through the Writers Guild.
Nice.
But that's through CM Magazine online. So you can go there and actually find some of my reviews there as well.
Great.
And just plug me in, plug my name in or whatever, and click on that over at the CM Magazine website.
Awesome. And I also would like to just toss out that Saskatchewan Writers Guild does have a fabulous website, and you and me and a lot of
Yes, we're so
authors-
lucky to have that
we
to
are
promote
very
us.
lucky. A lot of authors in this province have really interesting and engaging web pages on that website.
And we are so diverse.
Very diverse.
There's so many of us working in all different fields, and we all bring those gifts to bear in our writing and in our art if we're artistically inclined as well. And some are writer musicians as well, and so the songwriters, I wanted to say that they're very much writers as well. So,
yeah, it all does work together. It makes for a beautiful network of creativity going on. So
yes.
yeah. Well, I know we're out of time, but I really like to thank you for just coming up here today and just reminding us that a book isn't just created by an author alone. A lot of times it takes a fabulous layout person or an illustrator to really make it rock. So thank you for enlightening us.
And thank you for having me. It was great fun to be here today.
It was great fun. That is all the time we have today for Lit Happens. If you enjoyed today's episode, you can see previous segments on the Shaw TV website or on my website, www.westfunk.ca. And you can connect with us on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. And I will see you next time on Lit Happens.